Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Listen, you don't have to hit a like unless you like me. If you don't like me, don't love me then. All right, let's go. Hey, this is brought to you by Money Moves. Money Moves, stocks, crypto, and now options classes for the absolute beginner. I literally just dropped another class. I want you guys to study that over the week. It's not too late. We just got started. Come and join us. That's going to be the only link below. Come and join us. You will learn and earn. This is not Money Moves, okay? I'm sorry, this is not Stock Up You, but it's Money Moves. Let's go. Stock market today, Dow, S&P 500 post best week since 2023 to cap off wild week of tariff feud chaos. Total chaos. Total chaos. Like it has been such a roller coaster ride either way. All right. So let's look at what's happening, man. Let me just go around and read this list and then we'll just see why the S&P did this today. In the pre-markets, we had a sell-off and then a run back up and then a sell-off, run back up. If this don't make you dizzy just by looking at it, then I need the glasses that you're using. So here's what happened in the pre-markets as I was letting Money Moves know kind of blow by blow what was happening. China raised its tariff on the U.S. to 125%, which sent the pre-markets dumping, sent the pre-markets crashing down, all right? First, it was up by triple digits, the NASDAQ and S&P, and then it was down by triple digits, and then PPI came out, Producers Price Index. Remember, on yesterday, we had a CPI, Consumer Price Index. And then this morning, we had PPI, an hour before the market opened. Right. So PPI was bullish in the pre-market. So now we had a reversal and the Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P, now started running up. All right. So China and America has not come to the bargaining table. I believe the ball is in China's corner. I believe the White House rolled out the extension for a call. They have not called as of yet, and they need to sit at the table. Now, President Xi called this tariff foolish. He called it absolutely foolish. No one wins, which I've been saying. This is true, but China needs to get correct because China has been pretty much doing every country, especially the U.S. So China, Mr. Xi, it's time for you to straighten up. Now, here's a threat to China, but it could take time. India is set to negotiate a new trade deal with the U.S. That's positive. Why is that positive? Because now we have cheap labor there in India, and I believe it's the most green market in the world. Meaning, if you have any business, you need, and you're talking about manufacturing, you need to be also looking at. And I know some of you guys going, no, we got to onshore it. But until then, right? Look at this. Yes, India is now the largest population. India has taken over China for the country with the most people, the heaviest populated. Okay. So, guys, that happened last year when India now has more people. When you have more people, you need more industry. The problem that America has is we're set. We're used to buying more stuff and buying more stuff cheaper. And so there has been a back and forth about the jobs, these low paying jobs. Do America really want these low paying jobs? And before you say yes, will you take the low paying job? Right? And so that's been the big talk back and forth. Do America even want these low paying jobs? And then when we onshore these jobs, is AI going to be doing the jobs? Is a robot going to be taking your place? So we get them on shore, and is robots or are robots going to be filling these jobs? These are the questions that no one has an answer for. You know, we can only speculate. You and I, we can only speculate what's going to happen. Okay. Let me tell you what happened with the lower rates as CPI is concerned. CPI is showing that inflation is softening, and that therefore is giving the Fed more runway to actually lower rates. And then we got PPI. So we have production up, which is good for GDP, gross domestic product. We have inflation coming down. Now, remember, these data points are a month behind. And so we have to see what the damage that the tariffs have done. And that data is not fully in yet. Even so, the market did like these numbers. So they're both good for GDP and giving the Fed runway to start lowering rates. Now, the question is where do you start buying and have you start buying? Okay. So now I was telling you guys on yesterday that the institutions have been buying the dips and selling the rips. They're doing more selling of the rips than buying the dips. All right. When the market bottoms out, historically, when we tap out, when we stop buying, and Wall Street stops, they stopped buying before the retail investor did. You remember last weekend, I read you the data point where you and I, the retail investors, stopped buying, and then we started buying ETFs like you and I already have been, because I've been telling you guys, I've been buying SCHD on these dips, okay? I've been buying VTI. I've been buying QQQ. I've been buying Granny Shots, GRNY. I've been buying these ETFs because they're tech heavy, okay? And tech has been taking a dip. So either way it goes, if you've been buying on these dips, you have been doing well. But now you may say, okay, I missed it again. I challenged my money movers to let's not get bipolar, because this market will make you bipolar. You always go, man, missed it again. And then you start buying. Tell the truth. Raise your hand. All right. Like it or not. Tell the truth. You start buying, right? Every time you see it run up. But then when it comes down, you won't buy it because you're scared of it now. That is an emotional roller coaster, and that's what this type of market will do for you and to you. So over the last week, we could see that the S&P is actually up now. We're starting to gain some traction. But look, when we go out for the month, there's still room to come back. They still owe us some money, family. They still owe us money, right? I was saying this on yesterday's video. They still owe us money. We're still down. So we have a long way to come back up. Me personally, I'm going to tell you guys right now, like I always say, at some point, things will get priced in. Now, the NASDAQ is, well, let me say this. When I said I'm going to tell you this right now, I'm going to be buying dips. And I'm just kind of waiting to see what Monday brings. Things always happen. For those of you that's been following me, you know I've been saying this. They always happen over the weekend on times like this. War, they generally strike on weekends. You notice that? And then Monday morning, the market is either extremely up, but mostly extremely down. So let's see what happens this Monday, right? So let's look at the NASDAQ. Let's look at what's happening with tech, because the NASDAQ is tech heavy. We could see over the last month, we're actually up now, right? We had a huge push on the 9th, and it pushed all the way up. Look at that, 10%. So the NASDAQ is running up, but they still owe us money, good people. They still owe us money, still down 16% on the NASDAQ. So is it too late, Larry? No, it's not. But at some point, the question is yours. When and where will you start to buy? Bitcoin is up, absolutely smashing it. Now, there is another stock, all right, crypto, that always go up. It's funny, I've noticed this, and I've posted it in my money moves, where it always go up when crypto goes down, all right? And it's weird. It's called Onyx, okay? And it's weird that when it tanks, I try to get some, and it's kind of a swing trade for me. And when it pumps, it usually goes up when the rest of crypto is going down. Okay, let me see if I can find this for you. Here it is, good people. You could see even now is up 49%. But over the last week, the last 7 days, it's up 174%. You can see that. Crypto ticker symbol XCN. It is a mover and it has a pattern. I want you to study the pattern. Usually when crypto gets hit and then rebounds, when it gets hit, that's when I load up. If it goes down, and then when crypto even tanks further, for some reason, XCN always spikes. All right. Somebody do the homework on it and find out for me. All right. I got too much. I got to feed the people. Okay. Got too much on my plate. All right. So there is no tariff deal done yet. I've covered that. Let's look at this, good people. So I want to ask you, do you think everything is priced in now? Because the biggest thing that could go wrong now is that talks fall apart with the EU or China. And I think the EU is going to cut a deal. Mexico, Canada, I told you guys that's easy. I told you at the onset of this, the country and the president that I was worried about was President Xi of China. The question is, was this the bottom? On Monday, the 7th, was this the bottom? Okay. And it's okay not to catch the bottom, right? And then as you can see, I got this on the daily. We had this huge red candle when we went into the 90-day pause on tariff. That's when we went up, boom. And then on yesterday, we gave half back, which is kind of normal when you have a candle this big and it comes back, and you could have did a put and went halfway down and made money here. That's kind of a pattern that we will get into later. And then, of course, today was a green day. So my question to you is, someone, you may say, hey, all you guys come and just report the news. No, if you listen to this, I'm pointing to you, because anything I say is not a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell. If you listen to this, I'm telling you, you could buy anywhere in here, because when in doubt, zoom out. When you zoom out, and I've been saying this, every time we get to the 200-day moving average or close, you could have bought. Even here, you could have bought, right? And even if you bought here, look at that. Let's see that. Look at that. It dipped there. When was that? Boom. It retraced right here. This was, look at that. This was in 2024, right? You could see it retraced it right here. Boom. So now we have dipped below, way below the 200-day moving average, which we've done before. All right. We've done that before. We went over this 2022. We've dipped below back in 2022 and stayed there for a while. Right. Retraced, came back, tried to break above resistance, came back, fell short, and then finally broke through. We don't know what's going to happen because the White House has control of this market. Now we are way below the 200-day moving average. And at some point, you have to buy. And I know what's going to happen. This market is going to get away from you when you could have been dollar cost averaging in. So I'm telling you that I am going to buy the first dips. I've been buying some dips. I've been telling you guys the days I've been buying. Okay. Didn't do any buying today. But the next time we see a dip, I will be buying, and I'm going to be letting my money movers know first, and then I'll let you guys know what I bought. Speaking of money moves, okay, now, if you like what I said, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you haven't joined, hit the notification bell, number one, and then come and join this family. Stock up, okay? Stock up you, all right? So stock up you. Stock up with Larry Jones. Now, last night, good people, I made a video with a young lady. I'm going to make that video again. There was some mathematical problems on my end, all right? Some information that was not correct, and I want my numbers to be correct. I'm going to reshoot that one and post it without her, of course, but I'm going to post it on tomorrow, Saturday, okay? That's what I'm going to do. Now, I just put the third class in Money moves. This is not stock up you. This is less than $1 a day. Check it out. See what people are talking about because we are learning. And I will tell you, I talk about all my moves there. It's with me all of the time, but I am teaching options for dummies. I am an option dummy, all right? You remember the For Dummy books? I learned so much off of that. You can literally buy real estate. You can start a business off of the Dummy series for those of you that are too young to remember that. Those were excellent books that taught a lot of people. So I'm doing options for dummies, and these lessons are still up. They're not going anywhere, okay? But my theory is talk to me like I'm 3. So I need you to take advantage of this, share it with your friends and families, let them get their own account. And we're not in a rush. The tariff is just postponed for 30 days. But what we learn from this money moves, from this options class, options for dummies, we're going to be able or have the opportunity to make money every single trading day for the rest of your life. And it is my hope, and it is my what I'm focused on is to help you guys to make your daily salaries, right? Or make your monthly salaries through trading while you're at work. That's what I would love to accomplish with this, all right? So that's going to be the only link below in the bio, Money Moves. And then I am just starting, so come and join us, all right? I'm going to leave it right there. Make sure you check out tomorrow's video because it was a lot of great information about an opportunity to truly gain generational wealth. We'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn. And I won't be making videos again when I'm tired because you make a lot of mistakes, all right? But I'm going to repost that tomorrow so you guys can get this information so you can learn and earn.